Sylvia Reynolds Parks, and I am in my kitchen. And with the holidays fast approaching and we are to stay at home, we are going to have to start making everything and start prepping our kitchen, getting ready for the holidays, and to do it at home. So I'm going to do a traditional lasagna today, but with a few changes because I'm changing my diet and my healthy eatings, removing some salt, some sodium from the diet, and taking a couple of ingredients out because I don't want my tummy to hurt later. So I already have started with the ground beef is browning on the stove, and I am going to add in 2 cans of tomatoes. Now if you want to chop your tomatoes up yourself to be a lot healthier, I would suggest you do that, but I am using tomatoes out the can, and I'll drain the water off a little bit to get the preservatives out of it before I put it into my ground beef. And for lasagna, there is a egg wash that must go along the lasagna noodles. I'm not boiling my lasagna noodles because in the midst of the warmth from the meat, the heat, and the sauce that you're going to make, it's going to make these already start to get soft while they're baking in the oven, so that saves a little bit of time. And these are oven ready lasagna sheets, which will outline across the top. So the original lasagna noodles will be in the middle, and then on the top will be the oven ready ones. And I'm using Prego and Italian seasoning, a meat tenderizer, Lawry's or something like that, parsley, and I think that's it. So I'm going to now add the tomatoes and the tomato sauce, and I'll be back. Okay, so now the meat is done. Your sauce, and I use ground beef 90% lean and Italian sausage. Trying to do something a little bit different, trying to get some more of that beef off your stomach. And if you can't get a better grade of beef, I would recommend getting the leanest that you can get. So on a typical traditional lasagna, there is a egg wash cottage cheese that is to align in between your noodles, your lasagna noodles, and your meat or cheeses. Depending, everybody cooks different. So I'm cracking 2 eggs, and I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. 2 eggs, Italian seasoning, some parsley leaves. And then big dose. This is just like a sealer to keep the all the ingredients all good and mushed together. And then I'm gonna have cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. The cheeses are of your choice, I would think, so I'm choosing to use cheddar and mozzarella. So again, I told you I do not boil the noodles anymore. Now for Thanksgiving or Christmas, one of those big days, of course, I will be boiling these and letting them all cool off and then put them inside the pan. But seeing as though it's just a regular Thursday, I'm going to make some shortcuts and make this like a 5-10 minute meal. So I've cut those, put the lasagna noodles in the pan, and I've lined my pan with aluminum. Now I'm going to brush some of the egg wash on top of the noodles. And you can use cottage cheese in here. The traditional way is to have cottage cheese in this egg wash, but I am not using dairy products. So that is just one piece of an ingredient that I am going to miss, and I'm not going to miss it too much to stay healthy. And I also did not use tomato paste inside of my meat sauce, because again, tomato paste makes my tummy not a happy camper. So then I go in with my first layer of meat, I do a two layer party. The kids, I feel like I'm feeding a football team sometimes. So I do a 2-layer to make sure that they are good and full by the time they're finished. Spread it out evenly on top of your noodles. And now, add a layer of cheese. Now in the middle of my lasagna, I lay the mozzarella in the middle. It cooks faster, and it's a healthier cheese. I know everybody likes to see cheddar inside of their lasagna, but I don't really think it matters. You probably use Kobe Jack cheddar cheese, whatever cheese you want to. These are the two I'm going with. And I like my lasagna very, very cheesy. So I go on with another layer of that cheese. Let me get that one open. How y'all doing? Sanofi Reynolds Park, and I am coming to you here on my Facebook page, trying to help out the ladies and the fathers at home. We getting ready to do Thanksgiving from the house, and a lot of people, you know, haven't learned how to do some of these traditional dishes. So since though that I do, and I condensed mine down so much, you know, because based on work-life balance, so I'm helping you out with a lasagna recipe today. So remember I said that I have regular and oven ready. So I'm going to lay the top with the oven ready. I still like to show the pattern of the lasagna, so I'm still going to add another layer of regular. And seal it with those. Again, go back with your wash on top of your noodles. Goes just a thin coat across the noodles. Just a layer of protection, bind all the ingredients together for you. Go back in with another layer of meat. I believe this was like 2 pounds of ground beef. Okay, let me put it down just a little bit so you can see it. Okay. So, evenly spreading my meat sauce over the noodles. And everybody do this step different. Some people put the noodles on top, some people put it in the middle. I put mine underneath the last layer of the meat sauce because I like for a beautiful coat of cheese across the top. And this way also, since I did not boil the noodles beforehand, now they're getting cooked with the meat and everything all at the same time. So that's just a tip I use. And this is not my original recipe. This is a recipe that has been handed down. I'm going to shout out to my cousin Danielle because this is her dish on Thanksgiving Day. I would rather just come over and eat and grab plates and go back to work for Black Friday. But, you know, life has changed. We're going to be at home, staying at home. So this is just a little something that I could try to do at the house to help you ladies make sure that your holiday table is on fleek. I'm going to add a little bit more cheese, but I can't get this one open. Okay. Like I said, I like my lasagna really, really cheesy. Evenly spread it across. And I have preset the oven for 370. I preset the oven, and this is going to go in there for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how long it takes the top of this to brown. And then I'll be back with the final presentation. And voila, here is the 2-layered lasagna fresh out the oven. Now you're gonna want to wait like 10-15 minutes so that all this cheese cools off before you start serving anything. But I'm gonna give you a sneak peek on the inside so we can at least say we've completed the assignment. This was making lasagna. It's very easy to do. Y'all see it right from the house. You gotta try to keep it moving. Ladies, ooh, I hope y'all's turned out just as good and juicy as this one appears to be doing. Ooh, okay. Now it's time to plate it. There you go. So that's that. So this was Synovia Reynolds Parks. I'm in my kitchen, and today we made lasagna for the family. I hope this helps y'all out, and I'll see you again later. If nobody told you today that they love you, I do. If nobody told you you were special, you are. If nobody told you you were great, you are great. And enjoy your holidays.